Why Zelda? Okay, the game must be cool. If so many people like it, it must be good. But why always Zelda? I mean, why is it that even with the absurdly infinite number of games that have been released in the entire history of video games, when you ask someone their favorite game, they always say something like Zelda, God of War, or GTA San Andreas? When it comes to movies, the opinions are infinitely more eclectic. If you ignore the cults and ask a normal person what their favorite movie is, the chances of hearing Fast X or Click are enormous. Just to be clear, those two examples are great movies, okay? Personally, I can name 3 games that I consider to be my favorites. The first one, but not more important than the others, is Star Wars Battlefront 2 on PS2. It's a work of art, and I know you're probably thinking right now, gee, but this game is very famous. I was expecting something more specific. Calm down. I know how big this game is. This is Star Wars after all. It's understandable. But even though it's famous, I've never heard anyone put this game in their top 3, not even super fans of the franchise. The second game is Digimon Rumble Arena 2. I consider this game very special because it's the only one I consider myself good at. I'm terrible at all other games in all other genres, especially if they're FPS. Besides being good at it, I find it extremely entertaining. Even playing it today, I can keep myself entertained for a long time. Just like when I was a kid playing with my younger brother, he was often humiliated by me. He had to understand from an early age that life wasn't going to be easy on him. My favorite character was the V-Man. In its basic form, it was very attractive because by pressing the triangle button, it could dash with its punch, which was very good for both damage and mobility. The perfect character for scenarios where you can throw enemies out of the scenario or into the lava, for example. The third game is even less known and is called Justice League Heroes. It's the most special to me for 2 reasons. The first reason is that it's the game that came with my video game, so it was the first game I played in the comfort of my own home with my new console, and that gave me a very good memory. The second reason is that this game manages to do what very few things in life manage to do, which is to keep me going until the end. Yes, I can count on my fingers the games I've beaten, and as a kid I couldn't understand why, but after being diagnosed with ADHD it all made sense. I have something called hyperfocus, which is a superfixation on something for a short period of time. So long things like games and series end up losing my interest very quickly. But not Justice League. I've beaten that game dozens of times, enjoying it more each time, even beating it again this year on hard mode. The feeling of getting good at combos, picking the best pair of characters, and unlocking new ones is very satisfying and always makes you want to play more. Well, I don't know if these 3 games have anything in common that keeps me playing them despite my ADHD. I just know that they are incredibly fun for me, which is what the industry should strive for when developing new titles. Am I too weird, or do you have favorite games that are very different from the popular opinion? Feel free to share your stories here in the comments.